What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Week 12 waiver wire target video. It's crazy to think that we're already at Week 12, and in many leagues, the trade deadline's passed and it's now crunch time to make a playoff push. Before we get into this video, it's Saturday, and that means it's time to drop your hat-trick picks for Week 12 in the comment section below. FP Noah had the only correct guess with Brian Rust on the first night, but another loaded week of hockey this week, and there's going to be plenty of opportunities for players to score hat-tricks. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. The first waiver wire pickup for this week is Jason Robertson of the Dallas Stars. The 21-year-old is in his rookie season right now with the Stars, and he's making a case for the Calder Trophy this season. In 29 games, Robertson has recorded 8 goals, 23 points, a +5 rating, and he's added 63 shots. He's been a beneficiary of a few lingering Dallas injuries. Tyler Seguin has begun skating and should be back soon, and some important news with regards to Alex Radulov and Roope Hintz. Both players have had nagging lower body injury that they've been fighting all year, and if they continue to miss time due to this, expect Robertson's role to continually increase. Robertson has proved to the Dallas coaching staff that he can skate on the top line. In the last 10 games, Robertson has recorded 4 goals, 10 points, and 32 shots. On top of that, he's found his place on the top power play unit that features a bunch of star-studded talent. Although Robertson's average time on ice this season is at 15 minutes and 40 seconds, over the past 2 weeks he sat around the 19-minute mark, and he's played well over 20 minutes multiple times over those 2 weeks. The minutes are there, the production's there, and the opportunity on the top line and the top power play unit is enough to justify why Robertson should be on your radar sooner rather than later. On ESPN, Robertson's ownership's at just 27%, and on Yahoo, he's at just 28%. Up next, we have Kirby Dach of the Chicago Blackhawks. After missing the first half of the season due to an ugly wrist injury, Dach is now back in the Blackhawks lineup and is looking to be the answer to putting the Blackhawks back on track. The 2019 third overall pick had a slow rookie season last year, where he recorded just 23 points, 101 shots in 64 games. Dach is now entering his second season, and he was poised to have a strong year prior to his injury. So far this year, he's only played in 4 games, recording 2 assists, but his minutes are what I'm really interested in. In the first 4 games, Dach is averaging over 17 minutes per night, and in 2 games he played over 20 minutes. This is a big increase from last season where he sat just over the 14 minute per game mark. Going into today's game, Dach is centering Alex DeBrincat and Patrick Kane, and both of these players are having outstanding seasons so far. Dach is also on the top power play unit in Chicago, which again is another big bright spot for the team. If he can continue to sustain a fair amount of minutes and play with DeBrincat and Kane, the production is going to come, and most people really aren't on Dach at all right now. I've added him to my leagues because the opportunity is so hard to pass up. On ESPN, his ownership's at 23%, and on Yahoo, he's at just 25%. Coming in next, we have Tyler Seguin of the Dallas Stars. Now, this is more of a stash option, but it's about that time of the year where you need to make moves that can benefit your team for a playoff run. Seguin has been out the entire year, and he's eyeing a return within the month. He is one of the premier fantasy players due to his insane shot volume and his high upside goal production. Seguin has been a monster with Dallas, putting up 5 30-goal seasons and recording over 300 shots 3 different times. He is very similar to the likes of Max Pacioretty and Nathan MacKinnon because of his shot volume and ability to put up solid plus-minus numbers. It's hard to determine Seguin's outlook for the rest of the season, but we can assume he'll resume his role in the top 6 and on the team's top power play unit. He'll add some much-needed firepower to a Dallas team that's lacking in that category right now. If you have an IR spot, you can simply just stash Seguin. Let me know in the comments if there are any players you're contemplating dropping to stash Seguin. He's virtually unowned for how good he can be in the later half of the year. On ESPN, his ownership's at 28%, and on Yahoo, he's way up at 63%. Only 27% of the viewers are actually subscribed to the channel, so if you're liking the content so far, take a second right now and click that subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously and keeps us motivated to continue producing high-quality fantasy content. Now, let's continue into the video and get to our sell high candidates. Up next, we're jumping over to the Pittsburgh Penguins netminder Casey DeSmith. Now, this is strictly a streamer play with Tristan Jarry out now with an upper body injury. The Penguins are on a roll as of late. Since March 1st, they're 13-3-1, holding the 3rd best record in the league during that time. DeSmith now holds the starting role with Jarry injured and should see the most volume until his return. The Penguins are hot right now, and DeSmith is riding a 3-game win streak, giving up only 2 goals. He's been solid so far this season, holding a 9-3 record, a .933 save percentage, and a .184 goals against average. These numbers probably aren't sustainable, but for the time being, he's definitely worth an add. The goalie market's really thin, and DeSmith can give you multiple good starts this week, and potentially for a few weeks to come, as the status of Jerry's unknown. He's in a similar position to Jack Campbell, a backup goalie that's moved into a starting role on a really good team. DeSmith is owned by 28% of teams on ESPN right now, and he's up to 46% owned on Yahoo. The final player is more for my deep league viewers. We have Alex Goligoski of the Arizona Coyotes. The 35-year-old is in his 14th season this year, and has been a block machine for his entire career. Age doesn't seem to be holding him back this season. In 37 games, he's recorded 7 points, 46 shots, 74 blocks, and 49 hits. Goligoski has recorded at least 130 blocks in each of the last 7 seasons. Although he may not hit that number this year due to a shortened season, his block and hit numbers have been great. Goligoski also plays a ton of minutes. He's up to 22:30 per night right now, but has had plenty of games over the 25-minute mark. His minutes and block numbers are going to be sustainable for the rest of the season and should provide you with some solid support numbers in your categories. Ensure you can identify your team's needs when streaming Goligoski. If you need block numbers, he's a solid pickup. The Coyotes have 4 upcoming games this week and 3 next week, so expect Goligoski to provide you with a bunch of blocks and hits. His ownership on ESPN is at just 8%, and on Yahoo, he's at just 5% owned. That'll do it for our Week 12 waiver wire video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you haven't already, click the link in our description and join our Discord. The Fantasy Puck community is growing, and we want all of you to be part of it. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.